big recruiting day. I want to say we didn't have one of these last year. A big historic recruiting day we had later on in the year. We had a couple of those. I remember some big ones were some 5-stars. Samson was part of that, but they were late, super, super late. I'm talking like October, November style type of late, which were the big ones. And I keep preaching, I keep praising that we need to have some big ones early. So Friday Night Lights comes through. I feel like Friday Night Lights is kind of like the pivoting point of that's the peak of where we're recruiting, and then it's kind of a downhill slope. It's from there, it's a straight slope to the signing day, because then you got the football season and recruiting takes a back seat naturally. Not Mullen back seat, but not in the trunk, but definitely in the back seat, just naturally, right? I mean, obviously you got them coming to the games and you're able to do that, but you want to have a base. You want to have solid guys during that time, because as you as a coach are naturally taking that back seat. So if you got a slew of 5-stars sitting in the crowds and you've got these top recruits that are stragglers coming through, well, you've got your recruits now built into the from that 2024 class. So this June day that we're having with DJ Lagway, Jeremiah Smith, the 5-star wide receiver, who and how this kind of worked out even just speaks more volumes to how important this visit is for Jeremiah Smith and DJ and for the Florida Gators. Who's the Texas A&M recruit?
Dylan
Evans, who will also be there. He's been heavily projected towards us as well. Could this be hey, we're trying to get everybody there? I know Colin Simmons was hot for a bit. I haven't heard much of his name. Would like to see him. Good. Oh, I'd like to see him possibly be there as well. Wouldn't be surprised if Xavier was there. The list isn't complete yet. This is June 2nd that we're looking at that weekend. I wouldn't be shocked if that thing builds up a few more paces as we get closer to it. So it's going to be a big one. I wouldn't be surprised. I would like to see a few more guys commit in May. I've been saying that May is kind of that starting month. We should hopefully get a few more before that June 2nd as well.
Yeah, I also thought what was interesting that Jeremiah Smith switched his date the same date that DJ Lagway is going to be there on June the 2nd, too. So they're both visiting at the same time, and Isaiah Williams, Adarius Hayes, and Josiah Davis will be there as well. So as I said earlier, him saying he's pretty solid at Ohio State, that's still a good omen that he's still visiting Florida with DJ Lagway. So, that relationship is there. Not saying that it's going to happen in June the 2nd, but you still want to keep on bringing him to campus. And, obviously that relationship that he has with Lagway, also with the staff too, just really good. It's going to be a big visit weekend there. I mean, I'm pumped for that one. Hopefully we can get some news out of it, but if we don't get any good news, hopefully we make up some good ground in the recruiting world. So
Jeremiah Smith would send Gatorverse into an absolute frenzy. If that were able to happen, that would be our Billy Napier version of Evan Stewart, except we land the guy instead of not landing the guy. It would be huge. It would nullify the pain that we've had over the last few years for sure. And I think if that is able to happen, more would come. Build it, and they will come. And I think that staple there. You've got Xavier, DJ, and Jeremiah, the 3-headed dog, going after. You got 3 5-stars after not landing a 1 in the previous class. Jaden was, but obviously he didn't fall through, so you can't count him. I think Eugene actually did get a 5th star on some sources, but would be absolutely huge.
Yeah, on 3.
Yeah, okay. Would absolutely be. I can't even comprehend what would happen. So, look, a lot of ifs, but they've been flirting with each other on Twitter the entire time. I haven't seen Jeremiah Smith tweeting about Ohio as much as he was originally. Don't know what that means, but we'll see, boys. It's gonna.
I wouldn't look too much into that, but the fact
I know,
that
but you got to give me something.
He keeps
Dave.
visiting with Lagway. He keeps visiting with Lagway. That's the good part.
The actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words. Because obviously, when they were both he was talking and tweeting at him, and then he ended up committing to Ohio State. It's like, well, what's that all about? So now he's visiting. Actions speak louder than words. Steve?
Yeah.
I mean, this is all you. You guys are living in your own world when it comes to this one. I wish you the best.
Hey,
FSU's
you know
doing
what?
their own thing out in Tallahassee.
I was about to say it worked with y'all's tight end. I mean, he went to Georgia. He was committed to you guys, went to
True.
Georgia, and then came back.
True.
Correct? Yeah.
Yeah. We've talked about that. I mean, even when Cam came down to Gainesville, and obviously was a commit for FSU, you still recruited him. You still hosted him. You still gave him a great time. But again, that's what you do. You continue to lay the groundwork. You kind of just keep things fertile, because again, that kid may not come to your school, but he's always going to have a positive, you know, just something to say about all the kids who are coming up through the process that are going to have to do the same thing that he did. So you keep doing what you guys are doing, and I think that Billy has the right game plan. I know it's not instant gratification right now, quite to the point where some of the Gator fans are hoping for it, but it looks like it's got the right moves. And Smith, my gosh, if you guys pull that,
We'll
I'll
be a
stop
Gator
watching
fan.
recruiting for a little bit, because I'll be a little upset. Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah, and look at it this way though too. Even if he
It's
was not to commit, and maybe he winds up in the portal later, I mean, you still have that relationship with him. Maybe he transfers to you in the portal.